Change is one of the most challenging yet most fundamental aspects of being human. We all have dreams and aspirations, big goals and small improvements we'd like to make in our lives. Maybe you want to exercise regularly, eat healthier, read more books, or learn a new language. Maybe you want to waste less time scrolling through social media and spend more time on hobbies that bring you joy. Whatever your goals, there tends to be a persistent gap between who you are today and the person you wish to become. If you're like most people, you may find yourself stuck in this gap. You know the steps you should take, and sometimes you even summon the willpower to make a change. You get started with energy and hope, convinced that this time will be different. For a while it works. You keep up the new routine, but inevitably the momentum fades. Old patterns creep back in. The new you starts to look a lot like the old you, and each slip-up can feel like a personal failure. Over time, these frustrations can leave you feeling exhausted, defeated, and maybe even a little ashamed. The world is full of advice promising quick fixes and overnight transformations. If you believe the success stories you read online, you might start thinking that the only thing holding you back is a lack of discipline or desire. If you haven't succeeded, maybe it's because you just don't want it badly enough. But the truth is, real change is hard. Much harder than most people are willing to admit. But here's the good news. Change gets easier once you understand what's happening beneath the surface. Imagine for a moment that your brain is a vast, tangled forest. Each time you decide to do something, anything, it's like forging a path through the undergrowth. The first time you try, it takes a lot of effort. You have to push branches aside and fight your way forward. But every time you repeat the action, the path gets a little clearer. Eventually, if you walk the same trail enough times, it becomes a well-worn road through the forest. Walking it is easy, familiar, and comfortable. Your brain, always looking for the path of least resistance, prefers these roads. So, over time, you keep using them. This is why we tend to repeat the things we've always done. Change means forging a new path, and that's never easy, especially for adults, whose forests are already crisscrossed with established highways. To really understand how these mental paths are formed, it helps to distinguish between routines and habits. A routine is a series of actions you choose to repeat because they work for you. Maybe you follow the same steps every night before bed, brushing your teeth, setting your alarm, reading a few pages of a book. Routines are designed by a part of your mind that acts like a planner, a thoughtful, strategic expert who maps out steps to help you achieve your goals, even if those steps are uncomfortable or unfamiliar. But with enough repetition, routines can become habits. Habits are actions you perform automatically, without needing to think about them. You do them so often that your brain takes over, making them almost effortless. Habits are like switching on autopilot. You don't have to convince yourself or use up valuable willpower. You just do them, almost without noticing. Habits are triggered by cues. Objects, settings, times, or situations that send a signal to your brain to begin a certain behavior. Think about how you almost always unlock your phone when you see it, or how you automatically buckle your seatbelt when getting into a car. These cues link certain actions to certain moments or environments, making the behavior feel automatic. At the heart of this system is a part of your brain that acts like an impulsive inner child. This child reacts instantly to the environment, chasing after whatever is most immediately satisfying. The future doesn't exist for the child, and hard work is to be avoided. When the child sees a familiar cue, it guides you down the easiest, most rewarding path. This is how bad habits form. Scrolling through social media or eating junk food feels good right now, so you keep doing it, even if you know it's not good for you in the long run. But this inner child isn't an enemy. In fact, you need it. While the planner is great for solving big problems and making thoughtful decisions, it's also slow and uses a lot of energy. Delegating everyday tasks to the child helps your brain run your life more efficiently. So if you want to change and build new behaviors, you can use this energy-saving system to your advantage. The secret is to start small. Instead of trying to transform your life overnight, focus on making tiny changes, so small and simple that you can't help but succeed. Small improvements add up over time, compounding into significant change. Let's say you want to get fit. Instead of setting a vague or daunting goal, like running 5 miles every morning, break it down to something as simple as doing 10 squats right after you get out of bed. Create a routine around a clear cue. Put on your workout clothes as soon as you wake up. Go to the same spot in your living room and do your 10 squats at the same time every day. Repeat this routine over and over. Gradually, it becomes a habit. The new trail in your brain's forest becomes a road. But there's another challenge. Many of the habits you want to build don't come with instant gratification. Exercise, healthy eating, or learning a new skill often feel like work. To make habits stick, you need to make them more enjoyable. Find ways to pair the new behavior with something you genuinely like. Listen to a favorite podcast while you exercise, or reward yourself with a delicious smoothie after a workout. The more you enjoy the process, the more likely your inner child will want to repeat it. How long does it take to form a new habit? There's no universal answer. It might take anywhere from a couple of weeks to several months, depending on your goal, personality, and circumstances. The key is consistency. Starting is usually easy. Keeping it up is the hard part. But with each repetition, you make the path a little clearer, the behavior a little easier. There's no magic bullet for change. But science shows it's possible at any age. Even small steps forward are victories worth celebrating. Remember, change is a direction, not a destination. Every effort you make brings you closer to the person you want to become. Your journey may be long and winding, but each step counts, no matter how small. Did you find our videos helpful? Please like and subscribe to our channel so we can be motivated to answer the questions that people are still wondering about.